What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to the Sports Talk on Tap podcast. We're here. You can find daily videos Monday through Friday covering all the four major sports leagues, whether that be NFL, MLB, NBA, or NHL. And Nick, all summer we've been talking about how baseball, besides the playoffs for a little bit, how basically for July and, most of the summer we've been kind of just hamstrung with baseball. But we are officially back, and it's exciting. Even if it's, the Hall of Fame game, we won't see too many of, the team's premier starters. It's just going to be exciting to see two teams playing real football back, guys that are fringe roster players, might make it, might not. It's just going to be very exciting to see what happens in this Hall of Fame game with, two up-and-coming teams. Obviously, a lot of people are high on the Bears after drafting Caleb Williams, trading for Keenan Allen. And then, the Texans obviously made some splash moves this offseason after surprising everyone, making the playoffs, and made it back to the divisional round after beating the Browns in the wild card. There's a lot of hype around both these teams, and, it'll just be exciting to see. Best way to put it, even if, they're guys that won't make the roster, but some of the guys that are starting, I think, are going to be very interesting, and maybe we can get into those in a little bit. But overall, you just get that feeling. Football's back.
Mm-hmm. I believe they say Caleb Williams isn't starting, right? He's not going to.
Yeah, so Tyson Badgett, who, was playing real NFL games last year. So
right. I believe he won a game or two, didn't he?
I think he may have won, one or two. I remember he came in for Justin Fields during the Vikings game and almost led them to a comeback before he threw a pick. But he probably started a couple weeks before, so he must have – I think he got one dub in there.
I want to say he won at least one game. But, just the feeling of football finally be back feels like all is right in the world when NFL football is being played, no matter if it's preseason, regular season, playoffs. It's always the best time of the year to be watching football. So this is probably, if we're being realistic, this is probably the most boring football game of the year because, no real rookies are playing. No starters going to be playing. So it's really like just a showcase. But the fact that there's football on is awesome.
I do get it, and I get why they do it. But, if I'm the Bears, it's like I do want to get some real, pads on against another team, going full force team that's, players from there are trying to make the roster as well. And it's like you only have a maximum of 3 opportunities to get it. And I don't really like, the idea. If they were to rest a game, I'd want it to be the last one. So I don't really get it from the Bears side as much for them not playing, just because I feel like at least Caleb Williams just getting some reps in there. Maybe obviously you don't have to play DJ Moore. He's kind of, solidified himself, same with Keenan Allen. But, throw maybe a guy like Cole Kmet out there for like a drive or two just to, see what they, have, because it's going to be important to build up the connection, just be playing real life snaps. You can talk about how much, you can play against, your defense and stuff, but this is like the real thing. You're going up against a team where they're going full force at you. You don't know what they're doing. They don't know what you're doing. So I get it if he plays the next 2 games, but, I just thought even, it is the Hall of Fame game. I was a little bit disappointed to see that Caleb Williams and, wouldn't be taking the field for at least, one series or 2. You're back on mute.
Yeah, my bad.
You're good.
You are right that it's going to suck a little bit that we can't, see a guy who's been so anticipated to be in the NFL finally be here. But I also get it. I can't remember. Did they move to? Has the NFL moved to 2 preseason games, or is it 3?
Not quite yet. I believe it's still 3.
Okay, because I was going to say. I thought that these 2 teams are the only 2 teams that play 3 preseason games, and that would be why. But if everybody does it, then
oh wait, you know what? I'm stupid. So there is a rule where no, the Texans and Bears play 4 preseason. So
So this
never
is
mind
like
about that Caleb Williams thing. But even then, I still think it'd be nice to get them in for as many series as possible during preseason. But they play 4, and then plays 3.
So I mean that's probably a big part of it is just the extra game. They don't want to take any crazy risks, which I understand, but it would still be really fun to see.
I assume though if like their plan is to play him in the 2nd and 3rd, I'm cool with that. But if they were to play him in like the last 3, I figured it'd be towards the end. You want to maybe rest him and get him ready for week 1. So I'd more so play him the first 3 if they were to do that. But if they just play him these middle 2, I get that as well. And for the Texans side, I obviously get it too. But I do expect to see CJ Stroud out there for at least a couple series. Not today, obviously, but during the preseason, just in general, just because can he build off that chemistry with Tank Dell after he got injured, Nico Collins after his great season, and Stephon Diggs, most importantly, build up that continuity and just get a couple drives in throughout this preseason. So, I know a lot of people sometimes rest, but I would expect to see them at some point too.
Mm-hmm. I hope so, man. I hope we can get something because whenever I watch this game, like the euphoria of football being back hits me in like the first 2 minutes. And then after like the first 3 drives where just nothing happens, I'm like, man, this game is just going to be so
now it's back to baseball.
Right
until,
now,
the real rookies are on. Yeah. But, it is beautiful because it is a sign that, the games are closer than we expect. Obviously, we just hit the corner month of August. So it's going to be exciting no matter what. And, just to be able to have normal games. New England will be the next closest game we have against Carolina. I feel like they play Carolina every preseason.
I think they play the same 3 teams every single.
Like they always play the Eagles.
They
Giants.
play the Commanders, who they've played.
I feel like they always play the Giants too.
They actually don't play the Giants this year, surprisingly, because the Giants was the other team. Is it the same for like the Vikings? I've always wondered that if like every team just keeps the same preseason schedule, because I think it has. I
think from what I remember, I think the Vikings have their favorites. I know the Cardinals are sometimes the surprising one, even though they're in the NFC as well. I feel like we only play them once a year, so we're never, crazy. Surprisingly, maybe the Raiders has been one, but the Browns and Eagles are kind of newer ones. I don't remember playing them in the preseason at all in the past, so that'll be, good. And like I said, I'm really excited for the joint practices because that's where it really gets muddy up, and guys are just battling. Might see some punches thrown. It's beautiful.
I think,
but that'll be exciting. Yeah. So I think you have your favorite preseason teams, but you don't most. I think every team has a common theme because I do remember the Raiders and Vikings playing in preseason before. So
I think the main reason why at least the Patriots play the same teams every year, I think it has to do a lot with like the joint practices, because usually they're playing whoever they're doing joint practices with. So like maybe, if they're both in agreement, like, hey, we like doing joint practices with you, we get a lot out of it. Maybe they just stick to that same schedule. That's because, like you said, you don't want to play teams in your conference who you're going to be seeing once or maybe twice a year, like in
New England, Carolina joint practices might feed families. We'll see. Right. Xavier Legette,
Bryce Young versus Jacoby Brissett QB battles are just going to be going off the walls.
Yeah, but at least we're going to the Eagles one, so that'll be better.
Right, we'll actually see some decent players there.
Yeah, but with that, hey, Carolina, my team. But with that being said, I know everyone watching this is just excited. Football's back. It should be exciting, even if it is fringe roster guys playing. It's just gonna be fun just to see a couple drives. But Tyson Badgett, D2 quarterback. But with that being said, we figured end this episode off with a little spin the wheel. Nick, not gonna lie, the lack of success on your end has been evident probably the last month or so. I would say you got the first couple dubs, but it seems I've hit you in some areas where it's just 1 or 2 bad spins for you kind of brings you off the rails.
Okay.
But I'm curious, where you're going to go with this list and kind of, for anyone that doesn't know how we do our NFL spin the wheels, it is one quarterback, one running back, three receivers, a tight end, a team O-line, and then a team defense.
Yeah, so I'll bring it up now. Whoops. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm starting to think you're cheating a little bit, but,
It's your wheel. It's your wheel that you bring up, so you're cheating yourself. That's the number one rule you don't do. But, should be very interesting. Overall, some of the last ones, I feel like you're always due for a Viking spin, coincidentally, and I feel like I'm always due for.
That's true. I always get a Vikings player.
Yeah, you always get a Vikings player of some sort. So, should be exciting. We've done college ones before. But with that being said, Nick, I think it's only fair the champ starts. So I'll take first spin here, and we'll see what we can cook up. Could go a couple different ways with this. I'm going to go DJ Moore. I almost was thinking about Komet for a little sec. But I'll stick with DJ Moore. He shout out DJ Moore too, just got paid.
Yep.
So
how much was it? 4 years, 100?
110, something like that. So yeah, I think 80 something guaranteed.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'll go right away. I'll rock defense here. I'm okay with that.
All right. Didn't know if you'd go Nick Chubb route, maybe some O-line route.
Could have gotten Nick Chubb, but I'm going to spice it up a little bit this time. I got to change up something.
No, you arguably get the best defense in football to, help you. I think that's Buccaneers. Probably gonna go Mr. Consistent, Mike Evans. So now I
can't be giving you any advice. I'm gonna just stay silent on all your spins because if I don't, you don't need any help. That's all I'm gonna say.
Their defense is low key scrappy with Antoine, but Mike Evans, 11 straight seasons now, 1,000+ yards. Please, Lane. All right. I thought that was Bills for a second.
So did I. I got excited.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm changing it up. I'm going Marvin Harrison Jr.
Okay. So you go high talent, just uncertain for this spin the wheel. Surprised you didn't go Kyler.
I could have, but I'm taking
please. MVP.
Okay, whatever.
Give me Lamar Jackson, so I have Lamar thrown to Mike Evans and DJ Moore. Could have gotten defense too if I got them again, but yeah.
Bro, what are these spins? This is awful. I don't even know who to pick.
I got Derrick Henry to go.
I got to pick one of the receivers, I guess. So either Calvin or DeAndre Hopkins. Excuse me. Sorry. I guess DeAndre Hopkins.
Okay.
Just more bad luck with this. Okay. This is my opening.
No, I still like him. Give me Terry McLaurin.
It's probably the best pick you could have gone.
So now in my wide receiver room of Mike Evans, DJ Moore, and Scary Terry.
There's the Viking spin.
Yep, you're always due for it.
All right. Justin Jefferson, finally. Here's my opening. I can take over right now.
I still have running back, Tight end, O-line, defense. So I'm in the trenches now. Oh, give me the best O-line in football, Detroit Lions.
Okay.
Lamar Jackson running behind that O-line. Ooh. Jeez. That's a great spin to balance it out.
Oh. Okay. Okay. I can take CJ Stroud and be okay with it.
Okay.
I got to jump on the quarterback now because I don't want, Bo Nix to be my final spin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we haven't gotten the Broncos. I'll go Evan Ingram. I like Evan Ingram. Oh, could have gone ETN, but I'm rocking Evan Ingram. I think it's going to be harder to find a good tight end in this list.
We both need a running back, so.
Need running back and defense.
Speak of the devil. Speak of the devil.
Ooh.
Let's go.
That's CMC.
This is getting close.
Yeah, this is a good battle.
All right.
Defense and running back.
Need you to get junk. Stay. Damn it.
All right. Give me some Jahmyr Gibbs. So I will take Jahmyr Gibbs running behind his own O-line. So that's going to be something. But he's a big factor on who my defense will be.
Just give me their O-line. They have no talent, so just give me their O-line.
Oh, man. So, now, what defense can I get to pressure the Broncos?
Yeah, if you get like the Steelers defense or the Ravens or something.
Oh.
Well, we got to respin because I got the Browns.
Oh, I didn't know there were respins. I think you can just pick this. It's the same. Give me the best defense in football, Myles Garrett. Man, oh. Or do you want to respin for fun?
No, I give you the Browns. I give you the Browns. His defense is different. Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's just something you can't control type thing.
All right, I'll get Mark Andrews. That's not a terrible finale.
Yeah, well, I think we had our shining moments. But with that being said, so overall, very solid list. I would say these are two lists where it's very, very close. But let us know in the comments what you guys think. I think
that could go either way.
Defense
is literally a wash.
Yeah, defense is physically a wash. QB. I would take Lamar for now, but you never know what CJ Stroud can do coming up. McCaffrey is obviously still the best running back in football, but I think Jahmyr Gibbs this year could definitely, sneak into the top 5. He's already probably like top 10. So speaking of that, we also will have more Madden ratings to go over in next episode where unfortunately the ratings have gone a lot worse in some aspects. So we'll make sure to talk about that. Wide receiver, obviously, I think you have the higher end talent with just Justin Jefferson, best receiver. But I think Mike Evans, DJ Moore, and maybe even Terry kind of, are just all stacked in the middle, maybe sandwiched. And then like after is D-Hop and that question mark of Marvin Harrison kind of situations. I think higher end talent, if you want that, you go your route. If you want kind of, consistent, production 1 through 3, I think you probably go mine. And then tight end definitely goes to you, but Evan Ingram's solid. And then O-line definitely goes to me. So overall, I think it was a very close list. I will just say, though, I'm proud because I don't think it's unanimous that you're able to win this. So I could just keep pretending that you're on a losing streak. But you could also, for you, say you snapped out of it. So
this is going either way. This is a win for me in my book. The fact that I can compete now because the past 2 or 3.
I'd say the biggest difference is will CJ Stroud be able to throw it two of these guys have the time to throw it, or McCaffrey get the holes with that Broncos O-line going up against that Cleveland Browns front seven. I think that's where the offense will come tough for you because, the Browns defense will do their thing like for you as well. But I got the Lions O-line blocking that shit up. So Frank Ragnow, them dogs will, do their thing. Penn Sewell. So, we'll see though. We'll see. If this was a hypothetical matchup, maybe we could put it into Madden or something. But, as always, let us know in the comments who you think has the better team. And we'll, be back, obviously, recap the game tomorrow. Also go over some more Madden ratings to end the week off. But as always, make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.